The third type of awareness you need for your personal safety is awareness of your environment. So you've got to have an awareness of your surroundings and a 360-degree awareness of what is going on around you. Use your senses, be aware of your senses. Don't be distracted by daydreaming as you walk down the street or, and my pet hate, staring at your phone and scrolling as you go down the street. You need to be aware of what's going on ahead of you, but also what's in your peripheral vision and what's going on behind you. Obviously, I've got Bob the training dummy behind me, but the occasional look over my shoulder as I'm walking down the street will bring awareness of what's going on there. I don't want to stare. So if Bob was a real person, I don't want to be staring at him like, what are you doing walking down there? That's going to cause trouble, right? But I need to have an awareness, just a quite subtle awareness to everyone else, but I need to have a 360-degree awareness. And it's just a case of, think of it like you've got your radar switched on. If I'm aware with my ears of maybe someone rushing up behind me, then that's like something triggering my radar. I can then look behind and think, okay, it's just someone running past and I'll just get out of the way. It could just be someone going for a jog, or it could be something I need to be more careful of and maybe get myself out of that environment or deal with it in whatever way is legal and safe. So you've got to have that awareness. If you see something kicking off, let's say you've maybe gone to a bar and then you're in that bar and there's a fight kicked off. You need to be aware enough to know that, okay, there's been something happen here, obviously, and I don't like the vibe of this place. I don't like what's going on. The people who were involved are still here. They don't look like they're in a particularly happy state of mind. Maybe it's not a safe place to be, because trouble, especially when the people involved in it are still around, it has a habit of reigniting. And in a crowd, it could end up like a barroom brawl in a Western movie where everyone gets involved. So have the courage in that situation to say, do you know what? I think we should go somewhere else. Trust your intuition when it comes to your personal safety or any threat to your safety when you're out and about. Be aware of that kind of thing, and just have the courage to say, do you know what? I'm gonna get out of this environment so there's no danger. I don't want you to live in a fearful state where everywhere you go, think, I'm here, I'm getting a vibe, I've got to go. Not like that, but just be aware of situations and have the courage to leave when it's time to go. Another thing is be aware of not just where people are, but the body language they're displaying. If someone comes up to you and they look a bit on edge and they're sort of looking around, maybe they're on a substance or something. If they're slurring their words, you can usually tell they're drunk. But they could be, depending on the situation, they could be displaying signs of perhaps they're looking to see if there's anyone watching, any witnesses. They could also be doing something like maybe they've got a hand in a pocket, which doesn't necessarily mean anything by itself, but it could mean they've got something in there they're trying to hide. Can you see their palms? Are their palms like this, in which case they potentially could be concealing something, potentially a weapon? Are they, even worse, are you having a discussion with them or maybe some sort of disagreement and then they reach into a pocket, a back pocket, into their belt line or something like that? In that case, you want to be really aware in that situation. That is not a good situation to be in. Now, by itself, that might not mean something. If you've seen, you've seen Mr. Smith from the local church walking past you and he sort of walks up to you and goes, oh, hello, old boy, puts his hand in his pocket. I don't want you going up to him and smashing him in the face because you think he's going to pull out a machete, right? But it's all in context. If it's someone you don't know, someone is acting a bit suspicious and you're not sure of their motives, especially if they're angry, especially if they seem in a very agitated state of mind or like they've got some major issues going on, and then they put their hand in their pocket, get out of there, deal with it as best you can in a legal and safe fashion, right? So be aware of the body language, be aware of your surroundings, trust your intuition when it comes to your personal safety, and when it comes to dealing with people, randoms, strangers, aggressors in the street. So be aware of all those things and then you'll keep yourself safe.